My name is Walter Bell. I've been employed here at C1 for 19 years. My position here is the lead instructor. In 1987, I came here as a student. I came here because the job that I was in at that time really didn't have any upward mobility to it. And I was looking for something with more upward mobility, something adventurous. So I thought I'd get involved in truck driving. My main focus is to ensure that the students that arrive here get the training that they deserve, the training that's going to make them a productive employee and successful in this industry. In the second week, they can expect to get the hands-on opportunities with the equipment, to learn to back up on the range and backing exercises, learn how to apply that theory that they read about in week one in driving the truck and shifting, making turns, safe operation on the street with the equipment. It gets to be really hands-on during that second week. The students are assigned to an instructor. They then spend half their time on the range and half the time on the street that first day. Getting familiar with operation of that equipment, straight line backing. Is one of the first focuses we spend our time on the range. They get some hands-on of shifting the vehicle out on the street, upshifting and downshifting, and making basic turns during that first day with a lot of instruction. The goal is, number one, to be able to pass their pre-trip inspection final exam by the end of the week. That's number one. Number two is during week two, really get prepared and progressively move through the range and through the street to a point where we can say in week three, we're just brushing up primarily. And learning that pre-trip inspection takes a lot of studying the material, a lot of hands-on getting out to the trucks and physically looking at the different parts that's on that pre-trip inspection.
Or anything leaking from any of our hoses? We got our power steering.
In order to know that a vehicle is safe to operate on the roadways, we have to know how to inspect it and know what to look for and decide, if it is safe to operate on the street. That is so important to me. Without that, nothing else matters. The main thing that I see that needs to be done more of is actually getting out to the trucks at every opportunity. And just really get your hands on it and pair up with each other. I see individuals that go out by themselves, and it's hard to learn when you have no one to bounce that information off of that you're trying to learn. Things that I use as a student here is what I reflect back to that helped me. And buying a small truck at a dollar store, for example, you can use that small toy truck to practice the pre-trip when you're at the hotel. Asking each other questions while you're at the hotel, bouncing off this information with each other in study groups at the hotel when they're not here. You're progressively building that skill to operate the equipment so that when you get to week three, as I said earlier, we're fine-tuning the details of what you learned in week two. Anything that you learn new, those first steps that you take is uncomfortable, it's overwhelming, and it should be. I mean, it's human for it to be. The key is to understand it's going to be a progressive process. You don't learn everything in the first day. And if you have to allow yourself to learn and relax. The truck is huge. It seems like it's as big as a 10-story building the first day. And that's to be expected. Related back to my own experience the first day, I was scared to death. And it's okay to be scared. We overcome that fear by knowledge. And that's what's going to happen during the 2 weeks of skills training.